whole aim of this series is for me to drive a car which is in my garage which has 0.0 miles on it. And I pick a car which has 20 miles on it. Hello and welcome to episode 13 of my car review series. I have a bit of a, well, not a bit, I have a really bad throat today. I can barely talk, but I think I've eaten enough food for me to be able to talk for another 10 minutes. We are using Nürburgring today, or Nürburgring, depending on how you say it. And I'm reviewing the Honda N360 from 1967. We're running 460 performance points, 115 brake horsepower, but it weighs less than half a ton, or 426 kilograms. We've only got 9 kg FM on the torque, and it's an FF car, or front-wheel drive, front-engined, and 3.7 kilograms for brake horsepower. I was really worried with this car when I was tuning it, because I thought that I didn't have enough money for it, so it turned out not very well. Yeah, so because I had to go on Nürburgring because there are no other lobbies which are basically cruise lobbies or lobbies which will let you do anything you want. So we're gonna have to stick with this, and I won't be able to go. I might be able to go around the more track. I think I'll do a lap of the track actually. That'll make more sense. Well, as we're going up the pitch, you can immediately see this is the interior. I quite like the interior. I mean, for a standard point of view. So here's the. This is the rear of the car. As you can see, it's a very small car, as most of cars from 1967 are. And there's the front of the car. That's the horn. It's a very nice horn. I do like the things. What are they called? I don't know what they're called. It's like a radiator on the actual bonnet. I don't know what that's called. There's nothing to look at there. There's the interior, as I just showed you. If you wish to look at it, there's nothing really to see. Just a bunch of black lines. And here is the bonnet view, which I believe is still a roof cam. 10,000 revs with a nice sounding turbo. Does it turn out the burnout? Right here. It makes sound, but there is no burnout, which is quite interesting. Well, immediately off the line, I think the car seems to accelerate very well. It only has 5 gears. It maxes out at 90 miles per hour. Okay then. Apparently the gears need to be a lot longer. Right. This would probably be more ideal for shorter tracks, where you got to brake a lot of times. A track a bit like Autumn Ring or London. This car's really suited for those tracks. It's got gear ratios which will work well for it. There's no 6th gear. It's so annoying. Oh, it's going to be a boring episode. Just me going around the circuit at 90 miles per hour. Oh dear. Oh, so boring. Well, I'm racing a Fiat Panda, so let's see if I can beat this Fiat Panda. No, I have to put these gears longer. I can't. I just can't. I can't drive this car with those gears like that. That's just pathetic. I'm actually going to tune the cars with this car because the transmission is so bad. I'm actually going to tune it up so it goes to 124 miles per hour. Yeah. So this is the transmission which I've put onto it. All I did was I tuned the max speed up to 124, and that's what I did. So yeah, let's try it now. Seeing as the gearbox is now completely fixed, it's now fixed, and it's not slow. You know, it would have taken me all day to get around that circuit at 90 miles per hour. Got 2 M5s. That feels a lot longer. Let's do the burnout test again. Probably be worse. Yep. Oh yeah, yeah, much nicer. Yeah, the car is very skittish through the corners, and if you like skittish, then this is an ideal car for you. I don't personally like skittish. I prefer solid drifting cars, but it's your own personal opinion on what cars you like to drive. Yeah, this car turns well. I suppose it's got under half a ton of weight, so it would be very good for the corners. It feels a bit like a Lotus Elan that's been stretched out at the back. It doesn't really work well, that sort of combination, but that's what it feels like when I'm driving this. It feels like a Lotus Elan, and then there's a bit hanging out at the back. That's what it feels like. So, obviously it's very good at turning and the braking. I don't know yet, I haven't really been able to test the braking. It struggles at these higher gears, even with max turbo it still struggles. And there we go, we've reached max speed, 125 now. There's a lot of G-forces in this car as well. I'm guessing this is a French lobby, seeing as every single word in chat is French and not English. More to the reason why I'm not talking to them. I'm catching up to someone. Oh wow, okay. When you brake way too hard and you turn, there's a lot of body roll on the front tyres, which is really scary. Really, really scary. I don't know why the lights are on, I can't do anything about it. It's a very high camera. It's not as low as you'd expect it to be for this car. Is this guy going to be really annoying? Oh, he's just going to stay behind me, is he? Or is he just going to... No, he's going to stay behind me. Okay. And he's going to smash into a wall, as most people seem to be doing nowadays on Grand Turismo. I personally really like driving this car. It's a nice car to drive, but you need to tune it right, because if you leave it stock, the gearbox just is way too... the gear ratios are way too short. That's mainly because of the car was designed to have either 3 or 4 gears. I can't remember how many. And so obviously the gears would be long for those, but when you translate 3 or 4 gears into 5 or 6 gears, in this case 5 gears, it makes the gears a lot shorter, which makes it go slower. It's managing to get up this hill. I couldn't turn for some reason though. I was able to get up that hill without well, it was able to get up that hill without losing speed. People don't really know why you end up driving this car, but yeah, it's so weird, this car. It's like there's a limit for how far you can turn it. Once you get past that limit, the car won't turn anymore, and it will just keep gripping forever. It won't do anything other than grip. Come on, go past. There we go. Okay, you're just gonna stay beside me. It's nice. I've got like a what are they called? Like a cruise lobby going on now. There it goes. He's fed up finally. Look at this. It's going up this hill, which has quite a good gradient, quite a considerable gradient, and it's not losing any speed until I turn or brake, obviously. This is in gear 5, by the way, so I think most of the power is coming from its turbo. I'm pretty sure. Without this turbo, I think this car would just be stuffed. Yeah, you have to anticipate the corners, because the car it will turn initially very, very fast. But when you have an ongoing turn like this slalom, well, not slalom, hairpin, for example, the tyres don't seem to I can't really explain it. It's like the front tyres are inviting you into the turn faster than the car can actually go. So the car makes you turn in, and the car fools you into thinking you can turn in really fast, and you can turn in really fast. But it can't carry the turn on. It loses its turning radius for some reason when you're going around the corner, which is a bit strange, I have to admit. No, I've never had that with a car before. You can see how skittish the car is around that corner there. It's just constant bumps. It just never stops bumping. Oh dear. Yeah. I think it might have something to do with the ride height of the car, why it's not turning as well as it should be. That could be it. I had to lift off there, unfortunately. I can usually make that full throttle. Yeah, this car just doesn't quite have the same sort of characteristics as the other cars from this era, like the Subaru 360. I can't think of any other cars. Oh! From there! 1 and 2 wheels. That was weird. This car must have very rigid suspension, and I suppose it's a really old suspension, 67 I believe. So it's going to be very rigid. So it's going to roll over very easily. I'm just listening to the sound of that turbo, and it's just such a nice sound. I don't know why some cars the turbo sounds absolutely horrible, but in other cars it just sounds beautiful. I would probably mistake this for a Mitsubishi, even though it's a Honda. Which is obviously, I guess that's a good thing that you would mistake it for a Honda. Oh, sorry, you mistake it for a Mitsubishi. It's gone the rear view for a bit. There's no sound difference at all, obviously. We've got a Shelby behind us that's probably catching us up because we have a max speed of 125. Actually, I'm going to go on the rear view for the last couple seconds of the lap. Still a pretty decent lap considering how old this car is. You know, this car is from 1967. It's probably going to get a 9-minute lap, maybe. Probably less than that, actually. Probably about, maybe about 9 minutes. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I can't drive on the outside view for some reason. It just clips the grass, and once it just clips that grass, the car just gives up. Which is sort of annoying. I suppose it's front wheel drive, so it would do that, wouldn't it? Yeah. That makes sense. There you go. Almost a 9-minute lap. That's faster than a 9-minute lap in a car that's from 1967. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm gonna nip in the pits because I kind of need to. I think the front wheel drive doesn't really help. If I had the option in real life, I would definitely change it to either rear drive or four wheel drive. Just because the car just can't really handle the fact that only the front wheels are doing things. It doesn't feel front wheel drive. I just noticed that. The car does not feel front wheel drive because I was driving the car like it was a four wheel drive car. So it feels like a four wheel drive car when I try and drive it. Which is good. That's very good actually. You can't really get much better than that when you have a car that's front wheel drive and feels like a four wheel drive. And I think that's probably why it was understeering through the corners, why it was losing its turn. Well, I've been XeinsGaming. This has been episode 13 of my car review series, and I will see you in the next video.